We turn now to an American living in Israel who's praying for the safe return of 3 of her family members. Now, originally, 5 members of her family were thought to have been kidnapped by Hamas. So those include 3 children, youngest just 12 years old. We have photos. Now, unfortunately, their grandma, Carmela Dan, and niece, Noya Dan, were both found dead. And we're joined now by Abbey Onn from Tel Aviv to speak about her family. Our, deepest condolences on the loss of your cousin and her granddaughter. Did their deaths, the confirmation of their deaths, give you any more information maybe on the other 3 family members who are still unaccounted for?
We haven't received more concrete information on Erez, Sahar, and Ofer. We have been able to geolocate where the video of Erez was taken. You might remember there was a video that we received the day after the war started on October 8th of Erez in Hamas's hands. Through other research, we know where that was. It was on the kibbutz. But we know that Carmela and her granddaughter Noya were kidnapped. They were not found on the kibbutz, which is why they had originally been confirmed hostages. Okay, so you know that all 5 are kidnapped. You know that 2 died. What was your reaction to the news on Friday of the 2 Americans, a mother and daughter, who had been set free? Was that the same kibbutz? And maybe would that have given you any more hope or information about your own family? They were taken from a different kibbutz. First of all, I'll say that we celebrate every release. I feel like every journalist, every government official, everyone that is putting pressure out and continuing to talk about this is putting the pressure in the right place, and we're grateful for that. And we won't stop until each and every one is home. We have little information from them yet because I'm sure they're still in some sort of traumatic shock, but I'm sure we'll learn in the future more of what happened to them. Okay, the video that you referenced, we're not showing that video, but as you said, that has been out there for a while. Did that tell you anything about who was with who was together, who might have been separated in terms of, again, giving you any information or hope? So we knew that Carmela and Noya were together. We know now for 100% that Carmela's house had been burned to the ground, which we had assumed that they had used something to try to smoke them out of their safe room. And now we have video from someone on the kibbutz that the entire house is ash. Ofer, Sahar, and Erez were in another house on the kibbutz, and we knew from their text messages as early as 8:40 in the morning that they had escaped out of a window and were hiding in a bush nearby. So we know that they were outside, and we believe that that's how they were taken. So this is the same family, right? Yes. Father, which we're showing here, 53 years old, and a 16-year-old and an 11-year-old, if I have it correctly, right? So that's right. So they were taken. There were no pictures of that particular abduction? That's the last information that you have of any kind on that. We have the video of Erez, which is some point later in that morning, which was still on the kibbutz, which is about a 1.5 mile walk then into Gaza. And what could you ascertain from that video at all? Just that he was alive, essentially. That's all you can tell. He was alive. Yeah. We've had people translate the Arabic. Okay. But it is just talking about his age and who he is, and not anything valuable to us. But there's so much video, I believe, that exists that it's just taking people a very, very long time to get through. In the meantime, we're trying to put every pressure on our government officials and media and social media to make sure that the hostages are not forgotten while this war heats up. Are they all dual citizens of Israel and the United States? Is that correct? Carmela was an American citizen, and all of them are French. All of them are French. Okay. I mean, I think the reason I ask is because, and you never know how much information can be believed or verified, but there have been these various reports out there that dual citizens would be possibly released, and that we might see more of what we saw on Friday. We reported so heavily on the 2 hostages being released, and I didn't know if you could add anything to that, or anybody had told you anything about that. Or we're seeing the same reports. Yeah. We are crossing every finger and every toe. Best case scenario is that our family is among those 50 and that this actually happens. But as I said, with the Ra'anan family, we celebrate every single release. This is a living nightmare for the people that are there and for the people that love them and for the entire country.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.